Hi, my name is April Howard, and today I would like to talk to you about why pit bulls are not bad dogs. Pit bulls can make great family pets when the breed is well understood by the owner and an appropriate amount of time and training is invested. We have all seen the sensationalized media stories about how pit bulls are vicious killers. It'd be hard to miss the stories. They are all over the news, as well as the internet and social media sites such as Facebook and Twitter. What the media fails to tell us is that pit bulls have actually scored high on the American Temperament Test Society's rigorous temperament test. Pit bulls have scored higher than golden retrievers, chihuahuas, corgis, beagles, yorkies, meaning pit bulls are less likely to show aggression than any of those dogs. My goal is to inform you of the breed facts and to separate the facts from the myths that have plagued the pit bull breed for so long. Let's start with the history of the pit bull breed. When you hear the term pit bull, you're probably thinking about an American Staffordshire Terrier and Staffordshire Bull Terrier, an American Pit Bull Terrier, or the American Bully. In the British Isles in the 1800s, a dog that was similar to what we know as the American Staffordshire Terrier was used to bait bulls as a source of entertainment for lower income citizens. This dog was known as the Old English Bulldog. Shortly after, bull baiting was actually outlawed, and therefore people turned to dog fighting instead because it was easier to conceal. The Old English Bulldog was eventually bred with terrier breeds to create a smaller, more agile dog for dog fighting. During this time, pit bulls were widely considered to be trustworthy with humans. They were only aggressive toward other dogs. Immigrants brought their dogs with them to America. These dogs protected homesteads from predators and helped with farming chores. They assisted in hunting and were companions to young children. As Americans became more urban, pit bulls became just another dog. They were very popular at the turn of the 20th century. World War I posters actually depicted pictures of American Pit Bull Terriers as proud mascots showing neutrality and bravery. As time went on, pit bulls became favorites of scholars, politicians, and the wealthy. Theodore Roosevelt, Helen Keller, Thomas Edison, Fred Astaire, and Humphrey Bogart all owned pit bull terriers. And that's just to name a few. By the 1980s, dog fighting had started gaining popularity once again. Owners of dogs who were bred to fight, they were abusive towards those dogs and encouraged aggressiveness in those dogs. In 1978, dogfighting was outlawed, but it still continues underground today. In 1987, Time magazine released a cover story named The Pit Bull, Friend and Killer. The photo used on the cover of the magazine showed a pit bull with his teeth bared who appeared to be aggressive. The article is often seen as a definitive turning point in how the media portrays pit bulls and demonizes pit bull type breeds. Breed-specific legislation also began in the 1980s. Breed-specific legislation are laws that are passed by legislative bodies that ban specific breeds of domesticated animals. According to the ASPCA, pit bulls are the most often targeted by breed-specific legislation, but Rottweilers, Mastiffs, Dalmatians, German Shepherds, and Doberman Pinschers are also frequently targeted. In addition to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention strongly opposes breed-specific legislation, citing the inaccuracy of dog bite data and the difficulty in identifying dog breeds. When breed-specific legislation is adopted, owners often restrict their dog's exercise and socialization, which eventually becomes detrimental to the dog's mental health. We would be better off enacting dangerous dog laws that were not breed-specific, but that focus on the specific behavior of an individual dog rather than the overall breed. We adopted a pit bull last year, and we were insured with Geico for many years prior to that, but because Geico denied renters or homeowners coverage to anyone owning a pit bull, we switched to State Farm because State Farm looks at the history of a dog and not the breed. It doesn't help that dogfighting still occurs today. One of the more higher profile cases was NFL quarterback Michael Vick. Vick and his co-kennel owners hung 3 dogs that did not perform well in the fighting pits. They also drowned an additional 3, killed 1 dog by slamming it repeatedly on the ground until it died, and they electrocuted another dog. Vick and his associates eventually served jail time for their dogfighting endeavors. Even after Vick's dogs had lived such a brutal life of pain and aggression from their human owners, only 1 of his dogs out of 48 or 49 were put down because of aggression. A writer, Jim Gorlin, described some of the dogs as only less than 12 were hardened fighters. He described another group of pancake dogs, which were dogs that were so traumatized that they would pancake themselves, flatten themselves to the ground whenever humans approached. That's how scared they were of us. Another big group of dogs were considered sociable and were actually adopted out to homes with children, which should say a lot about the testament of the dog's true nature. There is a documentary about Vick's dogs called The Champions. If you are a dog lover, it is a must watch. In 2016, Arizona became the 20th state to ban breed-specific legislation. Now, many pit bulls are trained to be service animals and therapy dogs because of their friendly nature and personality. The pit bull is also becoming popular among police forces for use as police dogs. I hope that I have, at the very least, encouraged you to research the pit bull breed for yourself, to look at the facts, and to not let the few mistreated and misunderstood animals who have unfortunately hurt somebody cloud your opinion of the whole breed. These dogs are highly trainable, sensitive, loving animals, and they deserve a shot just like the rest of us do. Thank you for watching.